into, I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is Michael DeSanta is the most strategic GTA protagonist. Now, when it comes down to it, Michael is from Grand Theft Auto 5, and he's a professional bank robber. So he's what Robert De Niro character was in Heat. He's the same character that James Caan's character was in Thief. And if you've never seen Thief, I highly recommend you to watch that. And if you've never seen Heat, I highly recommend you to watch that. These are thieves. And basically, when it comes down to it, Michael is always, he's very smart. He's watching, he's seeing things. He'll look at the place. He'll find out what's going on, the availability, when security is high, when security is low. He'll find out the routines of everyone in that place. He'll even look at the security that they have in terms of how they put things together. And of course, locks and everything of that nature. He's a very smart GTA character. Not only is he smart at robbing, he's smart with how he deals with people, and he can see things coming ahead of time. He's a very unique Grand Theft Auto protagonist because he definitely uses his mind, even though he has the ability to shoot like Max Payne, because when he shoots, he hits. And not only that, everything slows down for him. So he's like Max Payne and like the Red Dead Redemption characters. He's the only Grand Theft Auto character to have that skill. Now, when it comes down to it, a lot of people don't really look at Michael as dangerous, even though we all know he is. Michael is not afraid of Trevor. He's not afraid of Trevor whatsoever. Trevor is pretty much like Michael's brother or kid brother, and Michael feels like the oldest. However, when it comes down to it, despite how dangerous Trevor is, Michael is more dangerous. And what I mean by that is that he's a thinker. Trevor acts off of emotion. He reacts immediately, and he's very smart as well because he's one of those people that he can see through things in his emotion, and that's very dangerous. However, Michael, on the other hand, is very strategic. So when it comes down to it, the thing about Michael is that he is, how can I put it? By the time we meet him, he's in witness protection. He's changed his name. He now lives in Los Santos. However, he's originally from the Midwest. So he's from like Chicago and everything like that. And he's originally from Kansas City, which is a city that has not been in a Grand Theft Auto series since GTA 2. Now, when it comes down to it, Michael is like, he has a history of being a bank robber. And Rockstar looked at him as though as he was a Grand Theft Auto character that already lived his Grand Theft Auto game. And now this is his life here. So basically, we're seeing what happens to a Grand Theft Auto character after they live their game and now they're retired. Now, Michael loved Franklin like a son, and he's not lying about that. He's not exaggerating. Michael got back into the business just because his love for Franklin. He was training and teaching Franklin everything he knew, which is pretty much really the original concept of Grand Theft Auto 5. Before Trevor was introduced, it was a game that was supposed to be about a father who was a professional criminal, and he trains his son to take over, and that pretty much is Michael and Franklin. And so when it comes down to it, Michael trains Franklin in every way that he does things, pretty much turns Franklin into a professional criminal, and pretty much, just does his own thing. Michael is very subtle. He's very quiet. He'll act funny. He'll act like a coward. But at the end of the day, he is very dangerous. Like, he's one of those people, when he get into it, he's ready to be dangerous. And so when it comes down to it, the reason why I say he's the most strategic, Michael has managed to outsmart the FIB. He's managed to outsmart everybody, police, even involvement with some form, to some degree, CIA agents as well. So he's on a high level. And not only that, they use him to do the work for them, similar to that of CJ and Nico Bellic. But when it comes down to it, we all know when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 5, even though I would say Franklin is the lead protagonist because that is his Grand Theft Auto game, but it's also Michael and Trevor's game, but they're literally teaching him, dominantly Michael, how to become a professional criminal. When it comes down to it, Michael is truly the leader of the group. And even though you have, everyone has their moments, Michael has his moments, Franklin has his moments, Trevor has his moments, Michael is truly really the lead of that group. So when it comes down to it, Michael is a very dangerous character. He thinks a lot. You'll be fooled about how he carries himself. He looks like an average guy walking around retired, and you're thinking you can just walk all over him. He's like the kind of guy that people would rob, but do not know how dangerous he really is. So when it comes down to it, this is the reason why I say he's the most strategic. And I'll make a quick comparison. When it comes down to it with Claude's character, I'm not going to say it's not strategic. He's just really a cold-blooded killer. And whatever people tell him to do, he does. But Tommy Vercetti is very strategic as well. Often Tommy is compared to Michael because they're very similar. A lot of people even thought, myself included, that Michael was Tommy in GTA 5. But there's also after that CJ. Now CJ is a different case because CJ has a form of naivety to him. But the thing is that when CJ sees things, he becomes strategic as well. But someone like Michael could probably catch on a bit more faster than he does. going to Tony Cipriani, yeah, Michael would beat Tony Cipriani. Michael would read Salvatore's game a long time ago. Vic Vance, on the other hand, Vic is a very strategic character. He's very smart and he sees through things. So Michael may have a problem with Vic Vance because Vic is not stupid whatsoever. He's not dumb. He's not naive. None of that at all, man. Now, Nico Bellic, on the other hand, with Michael, again, another strategic Grand Theft Auto character. Nico is mainly used as a hitman, but Nico is very smart and he sees through things. Like, he's not dumb whatsoever, so that would be dangerous. Johnny's cool, but somebody like Michael would also like beat Johnny. He would outsmart Johnny because Johnny was outsmarted by a lot of strategic people in his game. And that's pretty much what I would say with that. Luis Lopez. Luis would be what Franklin is to Michael. I think Luis could be to Michael, because Luis technically was brought in and trained by Tony, because Tony paid for Luis's training to be the bodyguard, and pretty much made him into who he was. Tony became the father figure for Luis, sort of like how Michael is the father figure for Franklin. And now when we come down to the other GTA protagonists, again, Michael trained Franklin. Franklin was smart, but Michael made him smarter. Trevor is dangerous, but Trevor can't beat Michael. So when it comes down to it, Michael is the most strategic Grand Theft Auto protagonist. But that's pretty much all I got to say in regards to that. I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy, Bobby Beast here. I just want to say much love, much respect, hold it down, and one. He's your boy, Bobby Beast here on the top.